Welcome to this week's Fundraising Friday. This week, we're talking about connecting with grant funders. Last week, we talked about why you should connect with your grant funders. This week, we're going to talk about how to go about doing that. First of all, you want to make sure you have read everything you can about the potential funder. What do they fund? What are their priorities? What is their application deadline, etc. What you don't want to do is to call a funder and say, hey, here's what I'm thinking of. Will you fund this? Instead, you want to ask them more nuanced questions. I see that you fund educational programs. Do you have a few minutes when I can tell you about the program in my organization to see if there's a good fit? Second, make sure that the conversation's not always just focused on you. Build a relationship with the funder. Ideally, you can meet with them in person so that you can maybe show them the kinds of things that you do and start to build that rapport. I know with the pandemic that can get challenging at times, and so figure out what works best for you. Also, there's times when distance makes that not the most effective way to use your time, but if you can, sit down with your funder face to face so that you can start to build that relationship. Even better, invite them to your space so they can actually see what you do. Not all funders have the time or will take the time to do that, but that's an ideal as well. Third, make sure you're asking good questions of your funder, but also make sure you're listening really well. Don't argue with them, obviously, but sometimes I'll just say, okay, so I'm hearing you say this. Hypothetically, if we looked at it this way, is that something that might make it something that you would be interested in funding? So engage them in a conversation. Finally, make sure that you follow up on the information that you receive. If they tell you, no, we won't fund that, don't submit it. If they tell you, yeah, this is the way that I would suggest that you talk about your program, do it that way. They're trying to help you. Their job is to give away money to achieve their mission. They achieve their mission by helping you achieve yours. So make this a partnership, have a good conversation, and that will help both of you succeed in the long run. That's this week's Fundraising Friday. Thanks. Have a great weekend.